Now it's on recording. That's good. Well, hello. I'm excited to be here in Ghent. My wife Nancy and I got here yesterday, and I found a great bar down by the university. So I love this beautiful town down by the canals. I've been to Brussels many times and to Bruges once, but this is my first time in Ghent, and I hope it's not my last. I've been in Europe a lot. I just got to hang out with Mina Subaru, who did the new Stuart Gordon movie. They were down in Spain and with the new release of Blade Runner. And before that I was scouting locations in Italy for a new project I'm really excited about. Early next year, I'll be directing a new movie inspired by the writings of Nikolai Gogol. And we're going to introduce a new creature, a new monster that's never been seen before in the history of movies, called the Viz. The Russians may pronounce it Vile, but we like the sound of the Viz better. And he's a fallen angel, the guard of purgatory. And he takes a beautiful young girl as his bride while he waits to be invited back to guard the gates of purgatory. And in the meantime, an entire village is left under his power and his evil. And a young priest comes to save the village. And I'm hoping to get Raoul Bova from Alien vs. Predator to play my priest, and I'm hoping that the father of the young girl will be played by Christopher Lee. I'm also looking for Andrew Divoff. So if any of you know where Andrew Divoff is, tell him I'm looking for him. The Wishmaster, yeah. Because I have a good part for him too. But we found a village way down in the tip of the boot of Italy, in Calabria. And it looks, this village looks like Peter Jackson built it for $50 million. It's so bizarre, it's so great. So I'm really, really excited. So you'll be seeing a lot of me in Europe next year, because I think when I'm in post-production in Rome, I'll be able to come see my fans in festivals all over Europe. So I'll be around, and there'll be more movies out then. By then, Hatchet will be out, and maybe Zombie Strippers, and maybe Red, and I've got a lot of stuff. So lots of stuff. You can go to my website and see it. So you guys have to speak slow and loud now, but I'm here to answer any and all questions. I'm open for anything. Don't be afraid. Go ahead. Yes.
I have two questions, if it's okay to ask.
Yeah.
First, I want to know, when you got the script for Wes Craven's New Nightmare, where you all played yourselves, what was your reaction to the script?
Well, the questions about Wes Craven's New Nightmare, number 7. First of all, that's really the first deconstructed horror movie, because that came out before the Scream movies. So that's Wes Craven saying, we know that you guys all know all of our tricks. So we're gonna tell you that we know, and we respect you guys. We respect the fans. We know you know our tricks, but we're still gonna scare the shit out of you. So I really like number 7. I really like Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I had no problem with it. It was fun for me. It was a 10-year anniversary from the first one. It's a chance to play the character again. It was an opportunity for a reunion, and I had just starred for Wes for a year up in Canada in a television series called Nightmare Cafe that I was very proud of, but we didn't get picked up.
I love that series.
The person that was freaked out and upset about the New Nightmare a little bit at the beginning was Heather, because it's all true. It's all stuff from her life. You know, she married a makeup man. She had a stalker. You know, she lived through the earthquake. All those things really happened to Heather, and so it was really close to her. And if you ever watch that movie again, if you throw it on, order a pizza, have a nice cold beer, or maybe a hot beer, I don't know what you guys want. In the beginning of that movie, the first nightmare, watch it very carefully, because Heather goes to visit her husband 10 years later. Watch what she's wearing after a certain moment in the opening nightmare. Watch her clothes change. It's a real interesting blending of reality and illusion. What was your second question?
My second question, you've had so many other horror films trying to establish franchise characters like Horace Pinker from Soccer, Harris from Bad Dreams, and none of them have really succeeded. Why do you think Freddy has lasted and others have not really?
Freddy, I'd love to take the credit. The reason Freddy's still around is because what happens? We all have nightmares. Everybody in here's had I had a bad dream last night. I dreamed about a dog. A dog I don't even have. It's not my dog. But I must have seen a dog here in Europe on this trip. Limping or something. I had this terrible dream that I was a little boy and I couldn't save this dog last night. And I woke up at 3 in the morning sweating, freaked out last night. So we all have bad dreams. We all have nightmares. And that's the identification. When you watch one of the nightmare movies, that's the thing you kind of buy into. And the idea that somebody would know your secrets, your desires, your lusts and your fears, and could get into your head and turn that against you in your nightmare and kill you while you sleep. It's a pretty scary concept. You know, I'm an old surfer. Some of you might know Big Wednesday, the John Milius film. But years ago, I was in Bali, in Indonesia. This was before the terrorism started there. And we used to all go down there and surf. And the Australian surfers found it first. But we were all down there, and after a movie I made, I was with Dennis Christopher from Breaking Away. And he was also the killer on an American television series recently that you guys might know, Profiler. But we were all in Bali, and they were so nervous about nightmares, their nightmares, that they had trained themselves to wake up and write it down as a rock and roll song, or draw it as a painting, or write it down as a poem, or a short story. They actively do that in that culture. It's a choice they made. And when Wes Craven was originally inspired to write